3 people. That's all it takes to destroy everything you've built. Not strangers, not enemies. 3 people you already know. 3 people you trust right now as you're watching this video. And one of them will betray you sooner than you think. I'm not guessing. I'm not being dramatic. I'm reading the pattern. Machiavelli spent 400 years ahead of his time mapping exactly how humans operate. Sun Tzu said, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. But here's the problem. You don't know the enemy because the enemy is sitting next to you, laughing at your jokes. Today I'm exposing the 3 personality types that are genetically wired to betray you. This isn't theory. This is behavioral psychology mixed with street-level pattern recognition. And by the end of this video, you're going to see someone in your life completely differently. We start with the obvious one, the one you already suspect, but keep making excuses for. The first person who will betray you is the taker. You know them by how they make you feel. Exhausted, drained, used, but they're so sweet about it. They show up when their world collapses. They need money. They need a place to stay. They need you to listen to the same story about the same ex for the 5th time this month. And you listen because you're a good person. You help because that's what you do. Machiavelli said men shrink less from offending one who inspires love than one who inspires fear. Read that again. These people don't fear losing you. Why would they? You've never left. You've never said no. You've taught them that your love is a vending machine. Put in guilt, get out support. Here's what you're missing. The taker doesn't see you as a person. You're an ATM with ears. You're a battery pack for their broken life. As long as you're charging them, they're glued to you. But watch what happens when your battery dies. Call them at 2 in the morning when you're the one in a crisis. Watch the phone go dead. Watch the excuses pile up. Oh, I'm swamped this week. That sounds rough. Take care. They disappear like smoke. And then 3 weeks later, they're back with a new disaster, acting like nothing happened. They expect the door to be open. They expect the vending machine to keep dispensing. Real example, client of mine named Mike, high school friend Dave. Dave was always broke, always heartbroken, always needing something. Mike paid for 5 years of meals. Mike lent him a car for 6 months. Mike stood next to him at his wedding. Last year, Mike's business collapsed. He lost everything. Needed 2 months on a couch to rebuild. Called Dave. Dave said, "Sorry man, no space. Good luck though." That same week, Dave posted a new jet ski on Instagram. Mike saw it. That's the betrayal, not the no. The 5 years of fuel that meant nothing the second the pump stopped working. Question you need to answer honestly. In your closest relationships, are you always the host? Always the giver? Always the one holding things together? Then you're not in a relationship. You're running a charity for someone who will drop you the moment you can't pay. The taker is obvious, though. We all spot the mooch eventually. The second type is different. The second type wears a tailored suit and a smile. The second type is who you call for advice. The second person who will betray you is the collector. The collector is successful, charismatic, connected. They're the friend who knows everyone. The mentor who took you under their wing. The person who seems to have all the answers. You feel lucky, they pay attention to you. Machiavelli said the first way to judge a leader is to look at who surrounds him. Flip that. If you're surrounded by collectors, you're not the leader, you're the collection. The collector doesn't want your money. They want your data. They listen differently than normal people. Normal people listen to respond. Collectors listen to remember. They ask questions that feel intimate but aren't. How much do you really make? What's the biggest fight you've had with your partner? What's your deepest fear at work? What's something you've never told anyone? Feels like bonding, right? Feels like finally someone who gets you. Wrong. The collector is mapping your weaknesses. They're building a file. They're looking for the cracks because cracks are leverage. The betrayal doesn't happen during an argument. It happens in a boardroom, at a dinner party, in a casual conversation with the right person. You're up for a promotion. You and the collector are both in the running. Suddenly, your boss looks at you sideways. Suddenly, that story about you messing up a project 3 years ago is floating around the office. The collector didn't start the rumor. They just mentioned it in passing to someone who mentioned it to someone else. They're too smart to get their hands dirty. They didn't stab you in the front. They poisoned the well. They made sure you couldn't drink anymore. Think about any political administration. The person who knows where the bodies are buried is the collector. They smile for cameras, but they own everyone because they have the secrets. In your life, this is the friend who knows your relationship insecurities and casually mentions them to your partner. "I'm just worried about you." I heard them say something once. They keep the peace until peace stops serving them. You can block the collector by building a wall, by keeping your cards close, by understanding that not everyone who asks deserves to know. But the third type is different. The third type you let past the wall. The third type you trust with your life. And this betrayal actually breaks something in you. Before we get there, I want you to think about someone who knows a little too much about you. Someone whose questions feel just slightly off. Put their first initial in the comments, just one letter. Let's see the pattern. The third person who will betray you is the savior. This is the one that changes you. The taker drains you. The collector uses you. The savior destroys you from the inside out. The savior appears when you're broken, when you're at the lowest point of your life. Maybe you just got destroyed by a relationship. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe you're depressed and can't recognize yourself anymore. You're drowning. You're gasping. You're alone. And then they appear. They bring you food. They tell you you're worthy. They fight your battles. They look at you like you're the only person on earth. They make you feel seen for the first time in months, maybe years. It feels like fate, like the universe finally threw you a bone, like you found your person. Stop. Pull the camera back. Why are they here? Machiavelli said the prince does nothing without motive. Power doesn't move without reason. Nothing is free, especially not devotion. So why is this person investing so heavily in a broken version of you? Here's the psychology they don't want you to know. The Savior doesn't love you. The Savior loves saving you. They're addicted to your weakness because your weakness makes them powerful. Your brokenness is their drug. Your dependence is their validation. You're not a partner. You're a project. The trap snaps shut when you start healing, when you get the new job, when you stand on your own feet, when you stop needing them to fight. The Savior doesn't want a partner. They want a patient. They don't want an equal. They want someone who looks up with grateful eyes. The moment you don't need rescuing, they lose their purpose. Their identity crumbles. Who are they if not your hero? So they sabotage you. Softly at first. Those new friends aren't good for you. That new confidence looks like arrogance. You're changing, and not in a good way. They need you small so they can stay big. And if you try to leave, if you try to walk away healthy and whole, if you try to build a life that doesn't revolve around them, then they burn the village. They become the victim. After everything I did for you, this is how you treat me? I sacrificed everything, and you just walk away? They weaponize your past against you. They tell everyone about the broken person you used to be, because that broken person is the only version they could control. They will drag you back down or destroy you trying. I don't need to give you a celebrity example for this one. Look at your own life. Look at that friend or partner who was amazing when you were struggling, but turned cold the moment you succeeded. The little fights, the subtle digs, the way they seem threatened by your growth. That's the Savior turning into the executioner. So how do you stop this? How do you filter out the takers, the collectors, and the saviors before they bleed you dry? You test them. You stop being naive and start being strategic. Test the taker. Ask for something small. Pick me up at 6 in the morning. Help me move one box. Watch my dog for an afternoon. If they hesitate, if they're busy, if they disappear, you have your answer. They've never been there. They never will be. Starve them of your energy. Test the collector. Feed them false information. Tell them a harmless fake secret. I'm thinking of moving to Texas. I'm worried about this guy at work. I invested in this random stock. Then watch if it comes back to you. If your boss asks about Texas, you caught your collector. If that stock becomes conversation, you know exactly who leaked it. Test the savior. Get stronger. Set a boundary. Say no. Say I've got this. Say I don't need help. Watch their face. A real friend celebrates your strength. A savior looks terrified. A savior looks offended. A savior makes it about them. Machiavelli said, "There's no better way to maintain reputation than to actually be what you appear to be." These people appear to be friends, supporters, lovers, but they're not. You have to be what they're not: aware, strategic, unshakable. Now you know the patterns: the taker who feeds on your generosity, the collector who builds a case against you in silence, the savior who needs you weak to feel strong. You've seen them clearly now. The question isn't whether they exist in your life. The question is whether you'll keep making excuses for them. Most people will watch this video and do nothing. They'll go back to the same relationships, the same draining conversations, the same quiet betrayals building like a slow cancer. They'll keep hoping, keep giving chances, keep pretending. That's not strategy. That's denial. Machiavelli wrote that men should either be caressed or crushed because they will avenge themselves for small injuries but cannot do so for great ones. The injury you do to a man should be such that you need not fear his vengeance. Think about that when you look at the people closest to you. If you cut them off now, the injury is small. They'll recover, they'll talk, they'll move on. But if you wait until after they've betrayed you, the injury is massive. And then you're the one trying to recover. You have a choice. See clearly now or pay later. Those are the only options. I've shown you the patterns. What you do with them is your responsibility. If you made it to the end of this video, you're not the taker. You're not the collector. You're not the savior. You're the one who sees, and seeing changes everything. Like and subscribe if you want the truth. Not comfort, not motivation, the truth. I'll see you on the other side.